Hey, do you guys remember that time I woke up the whole house because of a spider?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yes.
I remember it, but I don't think I was involved.
Oh, you were. I involved everyone.
Yeah, you did.
You really did.
Yeah.
But, it was necessary because, sometimes fear and all that is necessary. I felt in danger.
I guess it is.
Is it though?
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Did you guys know that according to safehome.org in their 2021 American Fear Index, that the top 5 fears in the U.S. are 5 being terrorism.
Okay.
This is in order of?
Okay. So 5 is terrorism.
Figures.
4, not having enough money for retirement.
Yeah, that's important.
Money is real. 3, mass shootings.
If you're in the U.S.,
Figures.
yes.
Yikes.
Wow.
Number 2 is loved ones becoming seriously ill.
Oh, yeah.
Which, yeah.
Kind of coincides with what's going on.
Yeah. And then number 1 is loved ones dying. That's the number 1 fear.
Okay. I mean,
all of that corresponds with the times, right?
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
does.
definitely. It's
Absolutely.
crazy.
So today we're talking about
Fears?
Fears and
and
phobias.
phobias.
Yeah, and phobias. Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
First off, do you think that fear is a good or a bad thing?
I would say you kind of mentioned this in the intro a little bit, but fear probably is. I would probably actually agree that fear is a good thing because I mean it keeps you. Fear keeps you sharp.
Keeps you on your toes. Yeah. Fear is there for a reason.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
But a phobia
But a phobia.
Can be irrational.
can be a little irrational.
Well, or a bad thing.
A bad, right.
Or a bad
So,
thing,
well, what's
right.
the difference between a fear and a phobia?
So some of the differences are with fears and phobias. A phobia can cause discomfort due to avoidant behavior and anxiety reactions to social situations. Phobias are an excessive fear or an anxiety. So
Okay. When you do too much.
yeah,
it's a
I
little
guess
too extreme.
phobias tend to steer more towards, I guess, the irrational,
Okay.
as opposed to fear is less of that. So
Yeah, because you could fear someone dying, and that's a fear
And that's
everybody has.
yeah.
But
Right.
let's say, for example, if you're afraid of something as banal as I don't know, what's your phobia, Mom?
Oh, really?
Wow. Shade.
Dang.
Okay, so
Sips tea.
sip your tea. I am afraid of clowns.
You and I think Diddy.
I don't like clowns. They're creepy. They
When did this start?
I don't know when it started. I think what happened was my mother had some clown that she got from someone, and the clown, would do his head like this. It was like a music box, and it was very.
That's creepy.
It was very creepy.
If anything, that is creepy. You just doing that just now had me.
Yeah, you
scared.
just doing that little quick turn kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that's
So
scary.
so maybe that's where it kind of started. That was the impetus
okay.
to it.
Didn't you guys have some pictures with some sad face clowns in
Why?
your old school?
Why?
Yeah, those
Why?
like
Why?
sad face
Why?
clowns.
There's nothing happy about a clown. It's all scary.
Right. Like it, right?
Yeah, and that's another thing that kind of I think contributes to it is like the
Sorry.
media depiction of clowns is you have something like It or you have something like the Joker or something.
Right.
Yeah, just a
It's never
creepy
really
person.
nothing good. I
Yeah.
mean, like Ronald McDonald though, right?
Yeah, he's friendly, but I mean,
Bozo.
even you can interpret that as being a little bit creepy.
Creepy.
Yeah. I
Have
get
you
it.
seen
I get it.
Have you seen Ronald McDonald's Posse? Like that big old hamburger head looking mayor. That thing's
Hamburglar.
creepy.
Yeah, and the purple.
The burglar.
Purple.
Hamburglar.
Well, the
The
hamburglar is
burglar-
a burglar.
Oh.
And I think the burger is a mayor.
What's the purple guy?
really?
Grimace?
Grimace.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, it's a whole
Cast of creepy
Right.
characters.
So I will say, okay, so you're talking about fears and being rational and irrational, or phobia, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
My other thing that I really don't like is frogs. I am terrified of frogs.
I would say that's an irrational
Terrified.
thing. Yeah.
That
That's irrational.
Like,
Yeah.
we have giant killer frogs
Excuse
on
me.
the
I have to interject.
yeah, please.
The frogs we have are the size of quarters, and she
Yeah,
swears
this is
they're
not
like.
Australia.
She swears they're killer bullfrogs. And she just runs past them with her eyes closed.
Oh my god.
They're literally this big.
I don't even remember the last time we even saw a frog.
Yeah.
They haven't been around.
Yeah,
They haven't been
You
around.
scared them off.
COVID.
Yeah. You didn't think they would be around with COVID.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
So those, I will admit, I think they are a little irrational.
I get it.
Yeah.
The only way I could see the frog being rational if it was like a poisonous frog.
Yeah, if you're like in the rainforest,
Amazon.
yeah,
Amazon.
or something.
But
All
they
right.
don't come here.
All right. So, what are some of your fears or phobias?
Well, we touched on mine, spiders.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, so I've gotten better,
Right.
I get.
right? But hey,
Except for that one situation where you were really bad.
Woke the whole
that was
house
kind of
up.
the impetus for me wanting to change a little bit.
And I mean, it was late too. It was like midnight,
Face
maybe.
your fears.
So, okay, so this is basically the deal. So what had happened was,
What had happened was.
I had ordered some food from DoorDash. And this was this was like, it was the summertime. And I didn't go to get my food right away because I was like, it's
Mistake number
fine.
one.
Mistake numero uno. And it was hot and it was, dark at that point. So
Right.
I eventually go to get my food. It was late. So I just grabbed the bag and went upstairs. I went into the bathroom because I had to take a shower, but this is the hard part.
Okay.
God,
Yeah,
it's
right.
a
Just
whole
reliving it. I mean, breathe, babe.
Breathe.
It's okay.
Breathe. It's all right.
Yeah.
So, y'all, I went to turn the light on. Oh, my damn. This big daddy long legs is all on my bag of food. And I bolt. I run down. My bathroom's upstairs. I bolt downstairs. I close the bathroom behind me, make sure it's closed, because you never know where he could go.
Oh,
so
my
I
goodness.
ran downstairs, and I'm like, oh my God. Y'all, I'm afraid of spiders. It was a big daddy long leg.
Mistake number 2 was bringing your food in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's better to bring it into the bathroom than maybe in her bedroom, because then it might have
Then
gotten
it
really
could have
lost.
escaped.
It could have escaped.
Yeah,
Go
Dad.
ahead.
Should have left it in the kitchen. But anyway.
Continue.
So I go downstairs. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? It's late. What am I going to do? How am I going to handle this? So I call Marcus.
And keep in mind, this was late.
This was late.
This was late,
was like
and
midnight.
usually when I have to like go to work, but I go to work at like 4 a.m.
Right.
So if I'm already in bed
You
and I
in
have to get up at
REM
like
sleep?
3. Yeah, I was like in REM sleep. But then I keep getting these messages or whatever. And me being the concerned brother, I'm kind of like, well, maybe something's happening. I don't know. If I'm getting this many like calls or whatever or messages about something, I'm
call
like,
you
maybe
that much,
maybe
did I?
this is something serious.
Yeah, but
And,
did you respond?
No. Oh no, when I saw what it was, no.
Yeah, no, he didn't
Yeah.
respond. You saying he didn't respond.
respond.
You came into my room.
Well,
was
I
like-
looked at it.
So at that
Yeah.
point, I was like, all right, Marcus might be asleep. Let me stop bothering him.
After I called him about
After
20
the
times.
fact.
Yeah.
And I wake up and I'm like, wait, what's going on? Is it something serious? I see what it is and I'm like,
It's not serious.
So then I call Mom,
No, please.
and then I called and texted everyone in the house.
I was the last,
Yeah.
and I'm the one that got
Actually,
up.
no, you might have been the second, because Mom might not have responded.
Yeah, I'm sure I did it.
No, she probably didn't answer the phone. I'm the one who went in there and killed the spider.
He did. Love you,
I'm
Dad.
like, what?
So that's a. There's also fears that we have as an adult and as a child.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a childhood fear of yours.
That transgressed.
That transitioned
that
into an
is now
adult.
an adult
It's
fear.
still it's an
So,
all life fear for me.
What about you? What about you, Marcus, and you, Jeremiah?
I would say kind of like maybe mine now, because I used to actually be the exact same way when it came to spiders. I was definitely afraid of
Yeah,
spiders.
that's true. Yeah.
Which was, that was more of a childhood fear. I
You
mean,
grew out of it.
I think so. I mean, they can still freak me out, but it's not like I get the same sort of like fear or irrational fear as I do now.
Right.
But yeah, back in the day, I was pretty afraid of spiders. I think mostly the impetus of that is one bit me on the lip once.
Oh.
I was like washing my face with a washcloth, and I think the spider was black and the washcloth was black.
Oh, you
so I didn't even
see
I
it.
didn't even
Oh, no.
notice if there was something on there, and it bit me on the lip.
Oh, so that makes sense, Maya. Okay, go ahead, Marcus.
But yeah, but I would say that. And I guess maybe the kind of other sort of like typical things like fear of heights and all that other stuff. Well,
You have
actually,
fear of heights?
Kind of.
A little bit.
I get a little wobbly leg, but actually, one of
rational.
the biggest fears I had, and this might actually be more of a PTSD thing than anything, was planes.
I know, right?
And the reason for that was because of 9/11, right?
As a youngster or now?
As a youngster, I was deathly afraid of planes when that happened.
Right.
Like when something would fly by close, I'd like duck under my my chair because I thought something was gonna happen.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Traumatic.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah, right.
Crazy.
It is. And that's one of the things that people continuously, that was a 2021 thing that you read, but people continuously are afraid of terrorism.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that seems like it never really goes away.
Yeah.
Right. I guess because it's been around for so long.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What about you, Mr. Jones?
Yeah, your fears.
Well, my fears.
Heights?
Well, no. Starting as a kid.
As a kid, okay.
Yeah, I was a scary kid. So I was scared. I was scared of a lot of things.
I can't believe that. That is
I know because I'm
too.
not scared of stuff
anything
now.
right now.
Yeah.
Right.
As a kid, I was a
It's a
scary
vibe.
kid. You know, the dark, certain movies, just being in the house, just a little scary little kid. I'm trying to think specifically what scared me. Not just scary all around scary.
Sure, I understand. I know what you
So
mean.
now,
You were like
as an
Chucky
adult,
from
phobias
Rugrats.
I have are heights. I don't like heights at
yeah.
all.
Sure.
And I wasn't scared of heights as a kid.
Oh, really?
I get on rides and things like that. But now, it's not to the point. I just don't like it. It's not like I'll be like, ugh, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
And also, what I didn't have as a kid and I have now is being claustrophobic. Being like, I am definitely claustrophobic.
Yeah.
I like my space.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But as a kid, I used to crawl under the bed and play, you know what I'm saying, and be in tight, confined spaces. Now, I'd lose my mind.
I get that.
I don't even like being under. I got to take one leg out under the covers when I sleep. I can't even sleep.
Wow.
You know how some people sleep wrapped up in the covers?
I like to be deep
No,
in the covers.
there's no way in the world. I gotta have an arm out, leg out, something.
Yeah.
I gotta be able
Nah,
to
yeah.
escape.
You need that freedom.
I need that
I
freedom.
get that. I especially get that, but I feel like I'm both ways in terms of that. Like I can get claustrophobic if I'm in a place that's too
Like,
enclosed or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm also afraid of completely wide open spaces.
really?
Yeah.
That's a thing too. You're right. Right. Completely. Yeah, I'm the same
Wide
way.
open
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like being in like you said, being in a space. The ultimate, and I had this on a job one time. The ultimate, right, combining the two. I was on top of. I had to go to Connecticut.
Heights in open space.
Yes,
Oh, no.
I was on top of a what's the supermarket over here that we go
ShopRite?
to over
Compare?
in over
ShopRite.
in no
Sounds like
that just came here
Over
over in by the movie theater. But anyway.
Yeah, a supermarket.
Yeah.
supermarket.
I was on top of a supermarket building. It was a huge one too. I'm not gonna remember. I was on top of the supermarket. So you had to climb. So you climbed to the top. And this one had like 2 floors because it was the main hub. I was in Connecticut. 2 floors. Then you had to climb a ladder to get up on the roof.
Oh no.
Oh, Stu Leonard's?
Stu Leonard's, right? The main Stu Leonard's in Connecticut. So you had to get up on the roof. I was with another person, right? And once you got up there, it was wide open. It was wide open. Even now, my job requires me to go to some apartment buildings and be on the top, but it's wide open and we're high.
Heights.
It's like, oh, that's a
And
combination.
probably
of
to
the
get
two.
up, it was probably a narrow staircase.
Yeah, it was. it was, right.
You-
So
you-
it combined all of it. I got to really breathe before I do all of this because
Yeah, you had a time, didn't you?
Yeah, I have a time in those situations.
That's interesting. You know what?
Right.
The childhood versus adult makes a lot of sense. I think as you get older, you know the ramifications of some of those things.
Right.
That's true.
You know that I'm in a high space. I could fall and I could die.
Right.
That's
Right.
that's definitely where the fear. That's definitely where that whole heights
Right,
thing comes
yeah,
in.
yeah.
Where it's
I'm
like I
not-
look down, I'm like, ah.
And I'm not really afraid of heights, which is interesting. I'm not
Yeah.
really afraid of heights. I do not like close confined spaces. Like in the covers, I like because I'm at home. I'm comfortable.
sure.
But like when I look at certain things, I'm like, how can they actually go through that tiny space? It kind of freaks me
Right.
out. Being stuck in traffic freaks me out.
Well, that's your mom.
Yeah.
It freaks me out.
What,
Yeah,
we
'cause
we
you
need
like
to
to
talk
be on
about
the
that
go.
story when
Yeah.
we was at the college football game in Howard.
Oh yeah.
my God.
And we were in the stands.
Yeah.
Yo.
So we were up high in the stands, right? And and it was they were playing, Hampton.
Hampton,
They were
yes.
playing Hampton.
Yeah.
And it was that's a rivalry. They were packed in there, right? We up in the
Right.
stands.
A lot of people.
And a lot of people, and we're high, and your mom couldn't take it.
I was freaking out.
She was freaking out. She's looking for her skate. She was ready to rappel down the back of the back of the bleachers.
Escape routes.
Oh my God! She was really freaking out.
So you know what? That goes into like our reactions. Like
Yeah.
how do you react?
Right, to
How
fear.
do you react to fear?
So,
Well, you call everybody. That's
Yeah.
step one.
That's the thing.
Call everybody.
Everybody in the house.
I mean, I just try to calm myself down.
That's what.
and
Yeah,
just,
same
you know,
thing. Same.
Yeah.
And then like even like so like kind of playing on like I guess this. I hope it's not a growing fear, but like certain bugs do freak me out. Besides, you know, like
Praying mantises.
praying mantises
They're
and
creepy.
stick bugs, and they like. Those creep me out. Like even that episode I had the other, you know, in the summer, a big flying stick bug.
Right.
Flew right into you.
But
He literally flew right into my neck.
But are bugs your only fear? And how? Because bugs is one thing and you react that way. But is there anything else that you're fearful of and you react a little bit differently?
Yeah. What do you other fear other than bugs?
Well, when I was younger, it used to be zombies, but then you know I grew up and realized that
They're
that
not
wasn't
real.
real.
That's not a thing.
So there's that.
Okay.
Or is it?
Or live looking dolls. Remember?
That unlocks something.
Dolls. There's a lot of people that. Yeah. Sorry, Maya. I reminded. That was in the recesses. That was back in the recesses.
Them
She forgot all about
creepy-ass
that.
dolls.
One time, my father bought her like a lifestyle.
know why he thought it was
It
a
was
good
about
idea.
up to my waist. I thought it was like
At least,
lifestyle.
So
like,
my
Oh,
height
well,
at like
yeah.
a 4-year-old.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my pop bought it for her, and that,
I don't know why
it
he
stayed in the
thought-
boiler room, and that made it even
That made it
creepier.
even worse. It made it look like
I put it in there for a reason, so they stay out of there.
it was like some Resident Evil type mess.
And the thing with those dolls, you know, they eventually get to the point where one eye's open,
Yeah,
and one
dolls
eye's
are
closed,
creepy.
and then you know it's
That's a
like
creepy thing.
it's like one eye just opens up. It's like what's
Out of the
happening?
blue.
It's like what's going on?
Right, yeah.
About to have a Chucky moment.
Its arm is up in one end, it's down in another. Like, like
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
like,
Who
I
put the
didn't
arm
leave you
up?
like that.
I didn't do that.
Right.
Speaking of like creepy things and reactions, I remember one time I had this extreme reaction to something. I was in my bed. It was like dark. I was afraid of the dark also for the longest time. I don't know if that was another thing that we touched upon. But it was dark. I think I had woken up from a dream, and in this weird sort of after image thing, I saw Captain Kuro with knives for some reason.
Oh no!
I don't know why. I don't know why that image was conjured up into my head.
Were you watching a lot of One Piece?
It
that
probably
day?
was. And then
One
I
Piece
just
character for y'all.
yeah, for you guys.
Thank you.
And a bad dude with knives for fingers or whatever, like some Freddy
Like-
Krueger thing for
like-
longer.
What's Johnny Depp? Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands,
Right,
exactly.
right.
So anyway, I saw this after image, and without a second thought, I just kind of went up on my thing and just kind of did a karate punch. It was the
never heard this
strangest
story.
thing. Like, and that's how I reacted to it. Like, without a second thought, I saw this thing, was just like, oh,
So fight.
yeah. So
Not
fight. I
flight.
reacted.
Good to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That is good to
That
know.
is good to know. Marcus fights.
Yeah, it plays into his role.
Right.
So, what do you guys think? Is fear useful? I think it is.
I think in that instance, yeah.
Yeah, I think like Maya said, it can get you out of danger.
Right. You just don't want to be walking in. Hey, what's going on? And
Right, that would be me.
Yeah.
knocked over the
Conquering
head.
your fear.
Nah, I'm always
You know,
okay.
oh, like this other time in terms of just like getting over my fear. I remember I was in my room and I was hearing a lot of noises in the like living room or
Yeah.
whatever. And in my mind, everyone should be asleep. And I'm like, why is there
Oh.
so much noise going on over here? And in my kind of like mind, I'm like, I need to do something about
Right.
it. So I grab a wooden sword and kind of come out there. It turns out it was
It
just
was
you.
me. I was about to
You
get
about to get
sliced.
sliced up. Get shoot up.
Get-
Wow, that's like Uncle Rob hearing noises in the house.
yeah, and that doesn't bother me.
No, not at
It
all.
doesn't. It
That's
just doesn't bother me.
I'm total 180 of
Yeah,
how I was when I was
right,
younger.
yeah.
Things,
I welcome. It doesn't bother me.
spirits.
Yeah,
and-
spirits, and you know, because people get creeped out by that a little
Yeah.
bit. It does.
Right.
That doesn't bother
It
me.
doesn't
If I
bother
know
me
it's
at
a
all.
spirit, then I'm chilling.
Then
But
you're chilling.
if I don't, it's the unknown.
It's
Right.
not.
Well, I'm more than spirit. I'd be like it's somebody in the house. you
Right.
know?
Exactly.
Then
That's
yeah,
the
then I
one.
go
That's-
into defense
Yeah,
mode.
defense mode. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think in all that instance, fear is pretty useful.
I
I think
Yeah,
so.
me
It keeps
too.
you on your toes. If you're just walking around, just everything,
Right.
you know.
Exactly.
Knocked in the head.
Whether it's a killer, spider, a killer frog,
Or killer.
or a killer, that too.
You
A killer
gotta be
confined space, or killer heights,
right,
Killer
killer height
heights.
or a killer clown.
or a killer clown.
They out there.
Oh my goodness.
They're
gracious.
out there.
Hey, what's his name? John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, that was a real.
See, ding dong.
That would have.
There was a whole trend of
If you was
clowns on
if
the
you was
streets.
of age around
know,
that,
right.
you
I
would have been
really
no good.
messed up, right?
You would have been no good.
Exactly. So,
For real.
what are some of your fears
Yeah.
and phobias?
Let us
We would-
know,
we-
please.
Yeah, we would be really interested to hear that. For sure.
Phobias.
I know, yeah, we're
fears.
curious about that.
Exactly.
But
Any
yeah.
fun
Exactly.
phobia stories,
Yeah.
all that. So definitely, if you want to continue the conversation on social media, we have Instagram, we have TikTok, and we have Twitter and Facebook, and we also have YouTube.
Definitely.
And if hopefully you're watching this on YouTube, so you should subscribe to that YouTube channel, like this video, also hit the notification bell whenever we put out.
Ding, new content.
Exactly.
Wow. Thank you so much for watching Let's Kick It with the Joneses, and we'll see you next time.
Please. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Hey everyone, it's Black History Month and we are celebrating Black excellence.
So if you know anybody that's an educator, a scientist, an activist, anybody that exudes that Black excellence, we want to hear from you.
So why don't you guys send us who you want to nominate, whoever fits that Black excellence bill.
And stay tuned to our upcoming episodes throughout the month of February.